Well, what's up, City Groups? We are so glad that you guys are meeting tonight, that you guys have continued to meet. We really believe that you guys are able to take next steps inside of community, inside of these groups. It's an incredible thing, and I'm so happy that you're here. Guys, this week we continued on in our series, Jesus According to Matthew. In the last couple weeks, we've talked about baptism, and baptism is an incredible thing. It's an outward display of an inward transformation. I remember when I was baptized. It wasn't at Metro, it was actually at my old church. It was an incredible experience. The person that baptized me was super important in my life. At that time, I really just decided I gotta make this public and I need to really commit to my faith. This is one of the first things that I did. God really wrecked my life, changed my heart, and I believed I was a new person. And that, not only that, I wanted to show the world and be held accountable to a degree of this new faith in my life. So I decided to be baptized and was in this old baptismal. It was basically like a pool, and it was right behind the stage. It was completely different than Metro. It was a whole experience, but it was incredible. I remember it to this day, and I'm so glad that I was able to be baptized in front of my friends and my family. And baptism is huge at our church. A couple weeks ago, you guys remember we did baptisms. We heard incredible stories. And really what we did this past weekend is we went further into the idea of repentance, walking in a new life, and baptism being a sign that we use as Christians to show the world that we love Jesus. So for you guys, many of you have been baptized, and I believe probably a good amount of you too also have not been baptized, and maybe this isn't a step that you've taken yet. I've been a part of a lot of conversations where people would like to be baptized, but maybe it didn't line up with their schedule. Maybe they were really nervous to talk in front of people on stage. But listen, when you have the opportunity to be baptized, you should take that if you love Jesus and you want to tell the world of that love. Do it. Just take a next step. And I know that right now we don't have a baptism lined up that you can sign up for, but listen, a baptism is coming sometime in the spring or in the summer, and we really want you to take that next step. If you are a Christian, you do love God, and you want to tell the world about your love. So, what I'd like to do today is just open up a discussion around this idea of making this big proclamation of your faith. So, let's talk about a moment in your life. Maybe you started a diet, maybe you graduated, maybe you made some huge life-changing, life-altering decision about how you're going to approach life. Let's go back to a time in your life where you had this moment and you told the world about it. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear about the experience of what happened. I know for me, I've talked about this before, diets are a big thing where I made a decision, I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to change my life, I'm going to approach eating differently, and it's going to change my world. So I told a bunch of people, and it really wasn't just to celebrate me or to even, get a bunch of people to clap or anything like that. It was really about accountability. I wanted people to help me. So what's your thing? Has there been a moment in your life where you made a decision, a declaration that I'm going to be different in a certain way? And did you tell a bunch of people about it? I'd love to hear about it. I'd love for you guys to discuss it. I'd love to hear if you were nervous. I'd love to hear what went into that as we begin to discuss the idea of baptism.